This is Appalling News. I'm Paul Chatter. DEI just got another black eye when Barbara Furrow Smiles pleaded guilty to stealing more than $5 million from Facebook and Nike from 2017 to 2021. She used the stolen cash to fund a luxury lifestyle, prosecutors said. The former head of diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives at Facebook and Nike was sentenced to 5 years in prison for an appalling fraud scheme she ran while working at the companies. In a letter to the judge, she wrote, "I blew it big time." Furrow Smiles said she had a lifetime commitment to being a voice for disenfranchised people, but acknowledged that her actions added fuel to the fire of disengagement and attack of DEI efforts. With more and more DEI consultants being accused of charging outrageous fees and not providing any meaningful results except for their own bank accounts, we would have thought that Barbara Furrow Smiles would be a DEI role model and poster child. Now, you might want to know, how did this DEI lottery winner run her scheme? As a diversity, equity, and inclusion executive at Facebook, Furrow Smiles orchestrated a scheme where she funneled payments through fake vendors and bogus invoices, directing the fraudulent proceeds back to herself. Exploiting her access to company credit cards at Facebook, which is now called Meta, Furrow Smiles would pay people, including friends and family, for services they did not do for the company, then have those people kick back the money to her. Even after her termination from Meta, she continued her fraudulent activities at Nike, stealing another significant sum from their diversity program. Now, we know you are asking not just how bad the hiring process at Meta must have been, but after being caught and fired from Meta, she still managed to get a job at Nike, where she continued her wanton embezzlement. How stupid did Nike have to be to ignore the warning signs? Didn't anyone from Nike's HR department call Meta to check into Furrow Smiles' performance? Perhaps they were impressed with the amount she stole and thought she'd be a good fit for a company that employs child labor. We here at Appalling News are disgusted that DEI programs are leaving out white criminals and fraudsters from this opportunity to defraud companies, government, and the public. Clearly, DEI is not diverse, equitable, or inclusive. Over on Canada's loony left coast in British Columbia, that is so far left they think Mao Zedong was a pussy, the Faculty Association at Simon Fraser University held a vote on 2 anti-Israeli resolutions. Now they have to do the vote again because someone apparently voted more than 300 times on the last day of voting, with universities and colleges across the country consumed with a conflagration they have nothing to do with and can't alter in any way. Not teaching their students anything seems to be the one thing they can do well. Their email on the matter is as follows: Dear SFUFA members, further to our message last week, the IT investigation is ongoing, but has determined that it is highly likely a breach occurred. It appears that between 7:30 and 8 a.m. on the final day of voting, Friday, 305 identical votes were cast from a single IP address. IT continues to look into the situation, but they have indicated that the vote should be presumed to be unreliable. Under the circumstances, we have no alternative but to redo the vote using a different system. Perhaps it wasn't wise using the same system that Putin used to get elected. Might we suggest using Israeli software, as it is often the most secure? And finally, we are intrigued by your SFUFA acronym. We have a good idea what the letters stand for, but can't say it on this family channel. This has been Appalling News, and that's the way it is.